Hello! In this video, we're going to be diving into the coding editor that we are going to be using throughout Coding Fundamentals, also known as Snap. So as you see on the screen here, this is what Snap should look like. And if you want to access Snap, we have it embedded at the bottom of every lesson where there would be an assignment or a concept that we want to highlight. If you find that that's a little bit difficult, one way that you can access Snap outside of that window, so see here's the lesson, and then say here is the Snap editor, is you can just go ahead and look up Snap Berkeley. So Snap Berkeley, and this first link should take you to the website that Berkeley has created for the editor. And once you open up this tab, you should be able to click this Run Snap Now button, and this gives you the option, if you'd like it, to open it up in a separate window so that you can keep the lesson in one tab and then your coding in another tab. It should work exactly the same, even down to saving projects. It will still save them on your computer like we showed in our first video. So what is this editor that we're looking at? Let's actually talk about how Snap is laid out. So Snap is what we call a block-based code editor. So rather than actually writing text to edit and manipulate our code, we are going to be using blocks that represent written text. As you see, we can just drag and drop from the left to add a block from our Blocks tab into our workspace, and then we can connect them. Whenever you see that white line, that means we're going to be connecting things and create our applications in this way. On the left, we have a bunch of different tabs of different blocks to access, and I will be referencing these very frequently throughout the lessons. In the center here, we have our workspace, and like I mentioned, this is where we will drag and drop by actually putting these pieces together. We will touch on this later, I believe in lesson 11, but when we want to manipulate the looks of our objects so that our games and applications look a little more interesting, we will also use this Costumes tab to add new flavor and aesthetics to our games. So we can use these together to create our applications. Then, on the right side, this is what's known as our stage. So this is where our work is actually going to be displayed. Right here, this is our little game window for our applications, and then these are the pieces that exist within our game. So this sprite refers to this object here that I'm moving around with my mouse, and then the stage refers to the background. Each can do slightly different things, and when we get into creating our applications, we will actually be using this button here to create new objects to represent different pieces of our application. So with that together, it's important to note that say we're here in our Scripts tab and we wanted to create some application. These code blocks are actually local to the sprite that you have selected. So for instance, say I want this yellow arrow to do something different than this blue arrow, I would put code inside the yellow arrows tab, and then when I'm done, I could swap to the blue arrow and add code here. So that's one way that we're going to be using Snap. Of course, as we are just highlighting concepts, it doesn't really matter which of these arrows we have selected. But all in all, Snap is a very powerful tool that we will be able to use to create fun applications that we can customize at our own whim. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.